spy chips are now hidden in 2.5 million bins across the country.
There's been a big increase in the number of UK councils putting microchips in people's bins. That's according to a privacy campaign group. Big Brother Watch says the bins will be used to charge people for what they throw away. But councils say the chips help them provide a better service.
Not chip and pin, but chip and bin. Tucked under the rim, this microchip tells collection teams in Maidenhead how much is in the wheelie bin. 68 councils now have this technology at their disposal, quite a rise from 42 last year. Privacy campaigners at Big Brother Watch fear pay-as-you-throw charges will be next.
Our suspicion is that the moment the government and perhaps public opinion shifts slightly, they will activate these microchips and we'll start getting charged for how much rubbish we throw away.
But rather than paying, recyclers in this borough can earn around £130 a year in vouchers.
So the council's offering people a sweetener. The more they recycle, the more points they earn to spend in the high street, which is good for the local shops and good for them. And if they recycle this rather than bin it, they'll get points off their next cup.
Already earning from his green chipped bin, Jeff Lloyd now wants a blue one.
It would be a lot easier from our point of view to be able to put them into one bin, the blue bin, and we can't really wait for it to come around this way. And if it's got a chip in it, so be it.
But not everyone thinks like Jeff.
We all try and recycle, but if people are going to start measuring what we put in our bins and how much we recycle and whatnot, what stops them from measuring the other bin in time?
It's all a bit over the top and unnecessary. I think people should be encouraged to recycle, but not forced into it.
So far, only one other council, Bristol, has said how it'll actually use the technology, again for a reward scheme. Anthony Bartram, BBC News.
There are fears today that pay-as-you-throw charges could be imminent for more than 2.5 million homes across the UK. Campaigning group Big Brother Watch found the number of councils installing microchips in wheelie bins has increased by nearly 2/3 in a year. Well, our consumer editor Chris Choi lifts the lid on chips and bin.
Welcome to the era of the digital dustbin. Surveillance technology in a tiny microchip can allow the council to keep a watch on your waste, potentially increasing recycling and lowering landfill. But campaigners today warn that your privacy may be at stake.
These microchips give councils a great idea of when someone's at home and when they're not, if the bin's heavy or if it's empty. But there's also this issue that once they bring in microchips, they bring in pay-as-you-throw technology, and people are charged on top of their council tax for the amount of rubbish they throw away.
Campaigners say 68 local authorities have chip bins. That's the equivalent of 2.6 million homes, a 62% rise in a year. So, is your bin bugged? Using microchips, councils can weigh your rubbish and even charge according to what you discard. It's a system known as pay-as-you-throw. But we found that while most councils do have the technology, very few are even considering using it. But campaigners warn that could change as landfill dumps fill up and environmental targets must be met. Councils admit that changes to how our waste is managed are likely.
What we know is that despite efforts to increase recycling, we're still lagging behind Europe in the amount of waste we send to landfill, and ultimately that costs the council taxpayer money, about £30 per household. Microchips in bins are a way to help reduce the cost of collecting that rubbish.
Trash technology is proving controversial, which explains why the microchips are still largely unused. But long-term pressures to reduce our waste will keep them on the agenda, as councils aim to stop us wheeling out our old excuses for failing to recycle. Chris Choi, ITV News.